your neighbors to search and like Bees Meat Market of LaGrange on Facebook today.
It's time now for the Troup Tigers
You're the
Coaches
man.
Corner on WER.
They give you a tip.
223 WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at Eagle1023.com. Now live to Johnny's New York Style Pizza in LaGrange to give you the inside scoop on Troup Tigers football.
And welcome to Johnny's Pizza, the Troup High Coaches Corner. I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with head coach Tanner Glisson. And we're live from Johnny's Pizza out here across from the mall on the Parkway. You guys come on out. They're about to drop some garlic knots over here for me. You're more than welcome to have some, Coach. I know you
stuffed.
Yeah, well, I'm not. I'm about to get there, I think. Jack, you can come over here and sit down and have some if you'd like.
Jack's been here for a couple hours even. Right?
You know he's done ate something over here, that's for sure. But we're going to be talking about last Friday night's game against Sandy Creek and some other things that might just come about. But, it was kind of a nice night. Excellent crowd. Before we go any further, every week we thank that Troup Nation that comes out, and, man, was it packed. From they were standing room only. Even the bleachers in the north end zone was filled up. It was really exciting.
The crowd was tremendous, and we asked them earlier in the week to come out and support us even more so than what they had done all year long, and the crowd was tremendous, and something leads me to believe we'll probably have pretty good crowds from here on out.
I certainly hope so. Well, we in a couple of weeks, and we got a bye week this week. You gave them off tonight, but we got a bye week, and then in 2 weeks we'll obviously come back to Callaway Stadium. We won't be a home team; we'll be the visitor team, but we'll be against what I'd call the crosstown rivalry with LaGrange Grangers, and that should stand to be a big contest as well. So, but getting back to Friday night, it was anticipated for many a week, and and I think you made a reference point that a lot of people were saying, well, you hadn't been tested, but I think Friday night kind of put a lot of those concerns to rest. Not completely. Obviously, we always want to look to get better, but certainly answered a big question.
Well, and I think that the kids just kind of got tired of hearing that, and that was just kind of something that was at the forefront of their mind, and we knew Sandy Creek coming in was going to be good competition for us, and I thought we played extremely well.
Well, and I think we were Jack and I in pregame we were talking about in our region 5 4A, we've got obviously Cartersville is on a mission that if they and we're going to have a lot to say about that, the last regular season home game for us. But with that's aside, Cartersville's on a mission. If they win out this year in 15 straight games and win the state championship, be the first team in state history to ever do that. 3 seasons in a row at basically 45 straight games and 3 state championships. Of course, the Tigers are going to have something to say about that as well. But you got Cartersville, you got Sandy Creek that was ranked really above like 4th or 5th coming into last week's game. Then you got the Tigers, who had nudged in at number 10, depending on which poll you look at.
I think we were number 8 today. So
okay.
I think we'd moved up a little bit, and then you have Cedartown at 10 now.
Yeah, and so, you got what we would say is the toughest region in 4A football. When you got 4 of the top 7 teams in ranked in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody doubt that in Quad A football. I think that's probably the toughest region in the state. But just the next 4 games has a little bit of something for everybody. You have your crosstown rival next week. You have the road game at Cedartown, who might possibly be 6-1, so that will be a big have a lot of playoff implications. Then we'll come back for homecoming against Central, and then we'll play Cartersville at home. So I think the next 4 weeks are going to be pretty interesting.
Well, speaking of interesting, we're going to take a short break. You are listening to Coach's Corner from Troup High. I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with head coach Tanner Glisson. We will be back shortly.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results, because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
At WellStar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At WellStar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
All right, we have the flu shots in. We're going to start giving the flu shots out as of September 1 until we're through with the flu season. We have now the high dose in for 65 and older, and we're able to give flu shots to anyone 13 and older. And keep in mind, Coleman, that if any large group of people that has, 20 or more shots, if they want to give us a call, we'll be glad to set up a time to do the flu shots on site.
Locally owned. That's Holmes Pharmacy, Commerce Avenue in LaGrange and in Hamilton.
LaGrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When a football team ends up with 12 men on the field, it means somebody forgot to double check. And when you end up paying more for your car insurance than you need, it could also mean somebody forgot to double check. That's why State Farm will do a free discount double check by going through your policies to make sure you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Because those discounts mean big league savings. It pays to double check. Call your State Farm agent, Matt Orr, on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Calling all area coaches. Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales today at 706-884-5592. Call Coach Jeter or Greg Hicks. Calling all area coaches. Mud Creek Team Sales with all your sporting goods. Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell. Mud Creek Team Sales, a proud sponsor of today's game.
There we go. Hey, welcome back to the Coach's Corner here. I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with head coach Tanner Glisson, and we kind of entered tonight talking about last week's victory over the Sandy Creek Patriots. What a fantastic crowd. And, it started out at Sandy Creek had won the toss and decided to receive.
We won the toss.
Well, I walked in late, and I thought he said White won the toss.
We won the toss and elected to defer. We wanted to try to play defense first and try to. We like to play it to where if we can score right before the half, get the ball back. Mm-hmm. In the first series of the third quarter, that's kind of two wham bams back in back to back there that can put some teams in the hole. So
it's interesting because we were talking about it's like we had the ball right before halftime. I said all we need to do is score here, and then wound up we're going to get the ball back. And sure enough, both situations happened. And of course, when you put 71 points on the board, a lot of things happen your way.
Yeah, and sometimes I hate that big number because we've been on the other side of that big 71. But we only ran 14 plays in the second half. Mm-hmm. And we only scored one touchdown in the fourth quarter with a running clock. So it wasn't like we were, 3 minutes left to go and we're trying to throw bombs into the end zone. Montez was 22 of 29 for 525 yards and 8 touchdowns. And one factor into that, too, is we had Sidney Lawson was hurt. He was injured in a JV game on Thursday. Mm-hmm. And so our third-string quarterback, who is Nick Schweizer, just not quite ready for that kind of stage yet. Mm-hmm. He's still trying to learn the offense. We're still trying to groom him. So, we were just in a little weird predicament, and we were scoring so fast at a pretty rapid rate, and things were just clicking pretty good on Friday.
Well, and you're right. It's not like you guys were dropping back, throwing them beyond 20 yards. I mean, if you go back and look at the film, yeah, you had some slant passes, but they were all within 15 yards. And what can you say if you're not going to tell you guys to slow down? But at any rate, and I've asked a few coaches since really Saturday and a few today that we do business with, and I said, so what do you think? He says, you know what, everybody should just come play football. And I said, I asked Coach G Saturday morning, I said, and how many did Cartersville put on us last year? And we all know that. And so, you know what, we didn't tuck our tails and come home and cry about it. We just come on and dealt with what we needed to. So with that, but it's nice every once in a while. Who would have thought 3 years ago, who would have thought last week that would have been the kind of game that the Tigers put forth? So it's exciting to see, and the offensive line has been really performing well all year, and they had a really good test the other night.
They did. Sandy Creek's defensive line is legit, and they have some really, really good players. Have a D1 player that I'm not sure if he's going to Georgia Tech or Arkansas or where he's going, but he's a really, really good player, number 48. He's about 6'6".
I think King's twin. Is that
he's
right?
a little taller than King.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is. Number 11 is a really, really good football player. And so we knew it was going to be a big challenge. I think their defense coming in was like ranked maybe number 3 or 4 overall in the state in total defense.
Yeah, they've only been allowing like 9.8
Yeah,
points
so we
a game.
knew it was going to be a really tough matchup, for us. And we were curious to see how our offense would do against a really talented defense, and I think they answered the bell pretty well.
Well, and we look at the punting game. We I think we only punted. If we even punted, maybe just one time.
Yeah.
But we saw some weaknesses in their punting games, and wound up turning one into a safety, but just applying pressure all night, and they punted the ball several times, and it wound up that we were able to capitalize on that and create a safety out of that. Speaking of safety, we're going to take a break. You're listening to Troup High Coaches Corner here live from Johnny's Pizza on the Parkway. You guys come on out and join us. They're anxious to serve you up some pizza. We'll be right back after these messages.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships. There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com. Good food. Where do you find it? Because when you spend your hard-earned money, you want good food. So the place you'll find that good food is at Rogers Barbecue on New Franklin Road in LaGrange, where they only serve American-grown catfish, barbecue cooked to perfection, and with all the fixings to make it worth every penny. Rogers Barbecue is locally owned and run with care since 1945. Come eat with us Monday through Saturday from 11 to 9 or use our carry-out window. Rogers Barbecue, New Franklin Road, LaGrange. Signs of progress are all over town. Mayor Jim Thornton is running for re-election to keep moving forward and to make things better for all citizens.
I'm Jim Thornton, and I've proven what I can and will do in office. The people of LaGrange care about results. I ask you to look at my record: a growing economy, a safer community, and a great quality of life. Learn more at jimthornton.org.
Jim Thornton doesn't just talk. He gets things done. For progress and growth, Jim Thornton is your choice. Re-elect Jim Thornton as mayor of LaGrange.
Hi friends, Jess Lichter here with Kia of LaGrange. Make a September to remember with a new ride with offers you won't forget. Right now, get up 20% off MSRP on a 17 Kia Forte LX, the J.D. Power's highest ranked compact car in initial quality. Support your local economy and shop Kia of LaGrange, a President's Award-winning dealer, Lafayette Parkway in LaGrange, and at KiaLaGrange.com.
We're open 8 to 8, so don't be late.
Plus text, tag, and title. Offer expires September 31st. For J.D. Power award information, visit JDPower.com.
If you're a renter, you may never know why your landlord starts lawn care at 7 a.m. every Sunday. Or why your car is the goal line for the neighbor kids' soccer games. You may also not know State Farm can save you hundreds by combining your auto and renter's insurance. So protect your car and your stuff with one good neighbor, your State Farm agent. It could save you time and money. One more way, we're here to help life go right.
Visit your LaGrange State Farm agent, Mabel Smith Sharp, online at letmabelquote.com.
All right, we just ease right on back in here. You guys are joining us with the Troup High Coaches Corner. We're here live from Johnny's Pizza. We've got the football games on and some movies on. You guys come on out and join us. There's still time to grab you a hot pizza and a New York style here on the Parkway across from the mall. You guys come on out. We've been talking with Coach Glisson about last Friday night's pretty good victory over Sandy Creek Patriots. You know, it's a lot of the we can't say enough about the crowd of folks coming in, and it was standing room only. It was a electrifying crowd, and Montez had an excellent night. The offensive line had an excellent night, and you know, speaking of that, let's talk about that defense. You know, I talked to Coach Busby after the game, and actually one time during the game, but that defense they were swarming.
You know, I've been saying for a couple of weeks now, I thought the defense was coming along. I thought we were going to hit our stride at a good time, I thought. And I tell you, Friday night they were actually put in a couple of bad little situations. You know, when we had we got the safety and then they kicked off to us and we fumbled the kickoff.
That's
and
right.
They ran it on down to about the 7-8 yard line. We made a goal line stand down there and forced a field goal. There was another time they were deep in our territory. We forced another field goal. And so I was just really, really proud of our defense. I thought they flew around. I thought they set the tone really early. We had a couple of calls that are kind of questionable right there that could have went, you know, toward the unsportsmanlike type penalties, the roughing type penalties. But that's kind of how we like it. We want it being right on that edge, you know, and, you know, we want to play with a physicality where we have to, you know, tone them down or back them up a little bit. And so it was good. Ja'Coris Willis played really good. Our defensive line with Keem Makuta, Andy Boykin, Khalif Thornton, Tyon Battle, Kevin Martin, Nick Ligon played well at the linebacker position, Vicente Stafford. And then we played Jamari Thrash, and we played Kobe Hudson a little bit out on the perimeter.
I saw that.
So we spelled those guys and rotated those guys with Tay Dix and with Dwight Gates, and then Alonzo Ogletree did a good job at the safety position for us.
I noticed, was it Josh Bowen will come in?
Yeah, he did.
You know, and I've watched him all season. You know, he's not a starter, but when he comes in, he's been pretty effective. And it's kind of neat to see the way you roll them in, mostly on defense. You know, you don't really like to roll a bunch of offensive guys, offensive linemen in.
That's right.
But when Kobe Harry is able to get in, and I've not seen the offensive line miss a beat when you do sub. But defense, you're always rolling fresh legs.
Yeah, we only like to go about 6 or 7 deep with the offensive line because of continuity. Defensive line, you know, we'll switch those guys out pretty good. Linebackers, even the Cato boys getting in there, defensive line did a good job. So we try to keep those guys fresh, playing with a lot more energy. Offensively, you know, we like our guys to settle in, to think more than you know. We don't want those guys just being too hyped up or too emotional. And so we'll roll those defensive guys in a lot more.
Speaking of emotion, in a game like Friday night, there's always that possibility of they're running up down the field and all the emotions of the game, and they look up and they see the huge crowd is to that adrenaline flowing to wind up getting some cramps. It was actually a pleasant night. As it turned out, we looked really good shape, and at Sandy Creek at one time had a couple guys laying down with cramp.
And that's been the focal point of us in the last few weeks. A couple of things that come to mind with that. We made it an emphasis in pregame to make sure we did not get too excited in pregame. We wanted to go out there, just kind of go about our business. Then when we got into the locker room ready to come out, I mean, we almost had to lock the doors because they were ready to come. They were ready to go play. And I even asked a couple of coaches, do I need to get in here and let's calm them down? They said, I think they're good. And then the third thing that comes to mind, it was a long first quarter. I kept looking up at the clock, and I kept thinking maybe they didn't switch it from first quarter to second quarter. It was like 21-7, and there was like 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah. So I got on the headsets, and I made everybody flip over, and I said, listen, y'all got to be subbing. You got to be pacing these guys. We got to be hydrating, because if this thing goes into a 4-quarter war, we're going to have guys cramping up all over the place.
That's a good point. Well, fortunately, at halftime, it was pretty much in hand by that time, and you'd given the Sandy Creek coach an opportunity to run the clock, and when he chose not to, which, a lot of coaches, they have that opportunity. I personally, it's an emotional thing. Do you admit defeat and go ahead and roll it? I think if I'm down by 30-plus points and I can see the writing on the wall, I might have to say run that clock and get on out of here. But speaking of getting on out of here, we're going to take our last break, then we'll come back and wrap things up. You're listening to the Troup High Coaches Corner live from Johnny's Pizza here on the Parkway. We'll be right back.
Deciding to sell or buy a home is a big step. To make sure it's the step in the right direction, choose the person best qualified to handle your real estate needs. Joel and Rob Upchurch have been breaking sales records every year since 1997. They truly are the real estate leaders in West Georgia. So take a step in the right direction. Contact Joel or Rob Upchurch at RE/MAX Results because they are dedicated to results and converting transactions into relationships.
At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center, we believe teamwork makes all the difference in your health. We believe that skilled people can achieve higher standards and exceptional results. We believe in a game plan that's focused on patient safety and quality care. At Wellstar West Georgia Medical Center in LaGrange, we believe in life well lived. To learn more about award-winning healthcare, visit wellstar.org/WGMC.
Here's Perry Prather, head pharmacist at Holmes Pharmacy.
All right, we have the flu shots in. We're going to start giving the flu shots out as of September 1 until we're through with the flu season. We have now the high dose in for 65 and older, and we're able to give flu shots to anyone 13 and older. And keep in mind, Coleman, that if any large group of people that has, 20 or more shots, if they want to give us a call, we'll be glad to set up a time to do the flu shots on site.
Locally owned. That's Holmes Pharmacy, Commerce Avenue in LaGrange and in Hamilton.
LaGrange Banking is growing. We've opened a new location in Columbus, and we've adopted a new name that reflects our community roots with an eye on the future. Welcome to Calumet Bank, offering personal and business banking services with the friendliness of neighbors. We work on your schedule, offering daytime business hours and a complete set of mobile apps. Day or night, we've got you covered. Calumet Bank, same great services from people you already know. Life is better at Calumet. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Tara, are you okay?
Yes, I can't believe you found me. I have car trouble, and there you are.
Yeah, that's State Farm's 24/7 access.
It's like we have this mental telepathy, you know?
Well, you did start filing your claim with your mobile device. You can access State Farm on your phone, online, even in person at one of the 18,000 neighborhood
State Farm offices. See, mental telepathy.
State Farm is there for you anytime, anywhere. Get to a better state. State Farm.
Connect telepathically with Agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Myrna Painting and Coatings Incorporated is currently looking for painters and painters helpers. You must have 5 years experience, pass a drug test, have a valid driver's license, complete a background check, and provide driving records. Starting pay from $12 to $15 per hour. For more information, call Myrna Painting and Coatings Incorporated at 706-883-8903. Myrna Painting is an equal opportunity employer.
Now back to the Coach's Corner live at Johnny's New York Style Pizza on Eagle 102.3, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Hey, thank you guys for tuning in to the Troup High Coaches Show. We're live at Johnny's Pizza here on the Parkway, as the commercial just said, and we're having a lots of fun, man. I'm eating some garlic knots between commercial breaks, or actually during the commercial breaks, because you'd hear me like a bunch of garlic knots in my mouth right now if I eat it during the show. But we had Montez had a fantastic night. The offensive line had a fantastic night. Kicking game was effective. Carson Rayford put a few really at the back of the end line, which when he does that, he's a little emotional, and I think he might have, because he missed one of the PATs, and from then on out he made sure that when he put one through he went and hit the scoreboard.
That's right.
It's always good to see that.
And he does a great job for us, and Coach Kendall does a great job with our special teams, and even when he did not kick it in the end zone, we covered it really, really well. So we were very, very pleased with that. We had a few tricks up our sleeve that we were going to run, but everything was kind of clicking along, so we really didn't have to go that route. I think we had 605 yards of total offense. Montez 525 with 8 touchdowns, is second all-time in the state of Georgia for a high school football game. The state record is 9. And so right now, as of today, he's the number 1 passer in the state of Georgia, number 4 in the country. So so we're pretty pleased where we are and pretty pleased where the defense is, and we're really healthy right now, knock on wood. We gave them today off. We'll probably give them Friday off because we want them being fresh going into this back end of the schedule here. So we'll come out and practice the next 3 days. Everybody hit the road on Friday and go scout in different directions. And we'll see what we're all about going down the back end.
And see, talking about scouting, so we come up with this Friday. We've got a bye week, so you've obviously got LaGrange in town with hosting Cartersville. Right. So you may or may not send somebody off with LaGrange next week. You got to be there.
No, we'll send people to LaGrange and Cedartown. I'm in Cartersville, and then we'll send people to Cedartown at Central Carrollton.
Okay.
And then we're trying to look down the road a little bit at possibly some playoff scenarios. So we're gonna send some guys to North Georgia to check on some people. So we'll all split up. All 13 of us will be going in different directions.
Okay. Well, you know, it's kind of funny. Some coaches don't like to talk about that, but you certainly got a plan ahead.
They don't like to talk about it, but they're planning.
No, you absolutely. You got to.
Yeah. They might not say it on the radio, but everybody, you got to stay ahead of the game, and
absolutely.
You got to be organized, and you got to be planning ahead and for certain scenarios.
Well, speaking of planning ahead, real quickly, I know we've got the ACT and/or SAT coming up on Saturday. And I know my son's preparing for it. I'm assuming you mentioned to the team that you got to be prepared.
We have some ACT classes that the guys have been participating with, and some of the teachers there at Troup High have been working real hard to try to get some of these guys prepared for that.
I think sometimes as a fan base, we tend to forget, there's academics involved.
Yeah.
So, we have to
that's
get
what, when I said we gave them an off day today, that's where 90% of them were tutoring this afternoon.
Well, with that, guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, we'll be back here next Monday night. Even though we're having a bye week, I guess we'll come back
for the LaGrange game.
We'll talk about getting ready for that game. Yep. But at the same time, in 2 weeks, not this Friday night, but the next Friday night, we'll be back in Callaway Stadium as the visitor side. It'll be the annual crosstown rivalry between Troup and LaGrange. And then after that, we'll head up toward to Cedartown, and then come back home with Central of Carroll, and then finish up the regular season, with Cartersville at home. So with that being said, you guys keep on checking out the Troup High Touchdown Club Facebook page. We'll always post things on there, what's going on. You're listening to Troup High Coaches Corner here live from Johnny's Pizza. I'm your host, Greg Hicks, along with head coach Tanner Glisson. We will see you guys next Monday night.
Good food. Where do you find it? Because when you spend your hard-earned money, you want good food. So the place you'll find that good food is at Rogers Barbecue on New Franklin Road in LaGrange, where they only serve American-grown